more than seeing it is knowing that it flows from its source to its end, just as it has for millennium. Free-flowing rivers are something that our next generation is not going to experience. The water can be moved and ultimately will be moved. It's too valuable a commodity. They're going to need the water. They're going to have it. We need to preserve it now so that we just take it off the table. It is not available for diversion. Avalanche Creek flows pure clear water year-round, and it dumps into the crystal right there in this huge emerald green pool. That is my special place. Everybody that has chosen to live in this Crystal Valley, I'm sure, has a place like that. Those places you just can't put a value on.
3 years ago, a committee was formed comprised of Chuck Ogilvie, Dorothea Ferris, and me. Our mission was to pick up an old campaign to designate the Crystal River as Wild and Scenic. We were successful in getting 2 big reservoirs abandoned on this river. One here at Redstone, which would have completely flooded this town, put it under a couple of 100 feet of water. But our concern is that something like that could be filed again and built.
I take my grandson down there, or my son, and fish that. And our connection to the river is a lot about our kids growing up on the river. It's been a life of growing up on an incredibly wonderful river and learning all of the fun things to do on that river, and it's become an incredible part of their life.
We're trying to achieve federal Wild and Scenic designation. So far, it's one of those few streams in this state that has no dams on it. So we're trying to keep it that way. The Crystal River needs to be protected now because western Colorado is going to be, or already is, in the middle of a tug of war over its water.
Yeah, the population projections somewhere around 2050 are going to be projected at 11 million people in the state of Colorado, almost double what it is today.
And they don't have enough water over there to support that. The Front Range is supported by 24 tunnels through the Continental Divide, taking western slope water there. At the same time, our waters are committed downstream to the states of California and Arizona and Nevada. We've got that duty downstream. We've got a potential doubling of water going through the Front Range. We're caught in the middle. People are going to be looking everywhere at western Colorado water for solutions to those problems. And we're saying, look somewhere else other than this beautiful stream. The Wild and Scenic Rivers Act was passed by Congress in 1968. Wild and Scenic would prevent a dam in the main stem of the Crystal River, and it would prevent water from the Crystal River being transported out of this valley.
It has no effect to the property owners along the river or the towns that divert water or irrigation rights that are along the river. It's not going to affect any of that.
What we're doing right now is trying to build up local support. The biggest obstacle seems to be a fear of more government control.
This would be a lot easier if they changed the name of the act to Leave the River the Way It Is Act. And I'm not sure if it's the wording that scares people, But essentially, that is what the aim of the act is. Most of what this act does is conserve and preserve the flow of the water, for one, and then the term that we used in our planning process, the outstanding remarkable values that made it eligible in the first place.
At present, there are some 200 plus streams in the United States that have been designated as wild and scenic. Colorado at this time has only one, though. Nothing on the western slope. Despite all of our beautiful streams over here, none are yet designated as wild and scenic. But we're hoping that the first one to be designated would be the Crystal River.
Do we have to look at a world truly changed by the hands of man everywhere we go? I think we as a civilization have to know that we haven't altered every place in the world, and that there are places we can go and it's still just like it always was.